do the quorum over again.
Okay, so we'll call the meeting to order. And we do have a quorum. So I do a motion to approve the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. Don't have any guests. So we need to approve minutes, and we have two sets of minutes. We're approving them together, I think. So we have the minutes from.
I'll move for approval of the minutes from April 15th, May 6th, 2025 meetings.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Please say nay. Thank you. So now we have to review the treasurer's report.
Let's give Angie a minute to get booted up.
No,
Or
no.
you can do it.
So on the, I guess the big difference between April and May is in April, on the first page, you'll see notes payable county, $386,000. And the EDA had put in last year's budget that we were going to pay that note off once we closed out the road construction with United Therapeutics. So in May, we went ahead and made that payment. So that payable is down, which also brings our cash down by the same amount. You'll notice on the May report. But otherwise, it was fairly standard. It's my understanding that we may see in the next month or so from the town of Blacksburg some of their facade grant coming through. We've already approved that, so those will just be approved by consensus. Do I have any questions?
The only question I have that relates to next year's budget. You're going to commit to having 1.7 million in reserve for natural gas next year.
Yes, sir.
At the end of May, we've got 1,855,800 in extra cash. I'm assuming, Angie, we'll have that cash will be what we commit to natural gas for next year.
Yes, a portion of that, yes.
That's good.
Brian, can I add
Yes, sir.
agenda
Go ahead.
item? Last night at the Board of Supervisors meeting, we've been working with the United Way of Southwest Virginia from the Hurricane Helene event. They received $2 million worth of private donations, and of course their mission is, through disaster recovery, and help is to distribute that to the community. So ultimately, the board approved last night that we would receive $19,000, and we've kind of articulated an MOU with the United Way. They would give us the money. We, the county, can't distribute that, similar to a lot of the other facade grants and other CARES Act or ARPA funds kind of things. So ultimately, once we as staff get the criteria set up for, it's basically a single family homeowner who lives in their house, who's based on the FEMA assessment, damage assessment, was substantial or complete damage, then they would be eligible. And once we work through all that, we would bring that back to the EDA because you guys are allowed to be the conduit of those kind of funds. So it's really just a heads up. We have about $19,000. It'll take months for us to kind of get through that, but ultimately it'll come back to you all.
But basically, similar pass-through arrangement is what was done under the COVID distribution of funds.
Correct, yeah.
And
we're-
the facade grants
and
too, that's
facade.
what,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're receiving funds, and we need to distribute them, and we'll have qualifications and policies. Finance does all the, making sure things are done the right way and auditable. And, we have to track all the information, and you would see all that. But, then through the EVA, there's checks.
So if you like pass through.
It's just pass through.
but the EDA needs to agree to do that.
Yeah, as your own entity, you have to agree. So
So we'll get a
that's,
resolution on
that's just
that
a little heads
at a
up.
future
The
meeting.
board approved that last night between the board and the United Way. We'll bring back the right policies for you all to be able to.
This is specifically for any damage done in Montgomery County.
Correct. And what I can tell you is, the damage that we know of, from Helene are 5 single-family homes at that threshold. So it's not this, it's not a big amount of people, and it's not a lot of money, but certainly something we didn't want to turn down. And anything, this is like the worst thing for these families that could happen. So they're still recovering.
Every little bit's gonna help. People particularly suffered catastrophic damage.
Thanks.
Okay, any other questions on the budget?
So we actually have 2 treasurer's reports that we need to approve. One from the April meeting and this one.
Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the April treasurer's report.
Okay. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. And then I guess it's May 31st.
I move that we approve the May treasurer's report as well.
Thank you. Have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. Okay, so now we have to approve a resolution declaring this to be the annual meeting. That's in your packet.
Move to approve the resolution declaring date of annual.
Thank you. Have a second.
Second.
For the motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. And then we move to the election of officers. Okay, so so we have the list of officers that currently are in place, and the recommendation was to keep those officers in place, but we do open nominations from the floor if anybody has any.
Do we need a motion to open nominations, Marty? Yep. So we need a motion to open nominations, and then if no discussion, we'll need a motion to close nominations.
Okay. So, a motion to open nominations from the floor.
I make the motion to open nominations.
A motion, have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any discussion about the motion? No. Okay, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. So, any discussion about the slate of officers? Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, I guess we need a motion to close. Okay, do I have a motion to close
I
nominating?
make the motion
Okay.
to close.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And then we'll need one more to elect the officers.
Okay, so we have a slate of officers nominated. Have a motion to accept those nominations for next year's officers.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. Right. Now we have the 2026 fiscal year budget.
This is a fairly simple budget. Most of it are the economic development general fund transfers from our actual county budget to the Economic Development Authority for operations, Falling Branch Corporate Park Engineering, marketing, sponsorship, and then our estimated CD interest that we will earn on the $850,000 and $700,000 CDs we have outstanding. The interest rate is 3.69. So, and then all the expenses are audit expense, Falling Branch maintenance, insurance, letter credit, prospect development, and events and sponsorships. And as Joe mentioned, the EDA reserve of $1.7 million for the natural gas should we acquire more property and need it.
Just a quick question, the Falling Branch engineering maintenance is, I would imagine that's kind of a combination of finishing the current work and then expected future work as well?
It's, a lot of it is mowing expense and then some engineering that comes up when we have a prospect and we need a concept plan done. But most of it, about 40 to 50,000 of that is just maintaining the park in general. Once they finish pad 2, you should be able to pull hay off of that except for on the slopes. So
We're not anticipating any more extraordinary work on the drainage.
no, sir, not at this time.
Any other questions or discussion?
We can have a motion to adopt the budget.
To adopt. I move to adopt the budget for 2025-2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. So now we need a motion to go into closed session.
I move to go into closed session for the reasons stated on the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Thank you. We're in closed session.